It's finally over.
I own Super Mario 3D All-Stars for Switch.
Can't a guy get some privacy? At least when he's taking a dump?
I'm afraid not. These fights don't work like that. It's time to die, man.
Owner of Super Mario 3D All-Stars for Switch.
You gotta be shitting me.
So that's gonna happen on March 31st, 2021. You heard it here first, everybody. Be prepared. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You love Super Smash Bros., you know Super Smash Bros. I love Super Smash Bros., and one thing I love talking about is the potential fighters for the game. Now, before I get into the main content of the video, can we just take a minute to appreciate how insane this roster is? Never before in my life, I don't think in anybody's life, we would see so many characters from so many beloved franchises in one well-made game. Granted, it's a giant shitpost at this point, but it's a shitpost made with love. For those of you in the know, Super Smash Bros. Has 2 DLC packs, one is completed, and we are halfway through the second one of Fighters Pass 2. There are 3 remaining fighters in Fighters Pass 2. The 3 potentially last characters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about it in this video. I did a video about this back in summer 2020 when I relaunched the YouTube channel, but I want to do it again because things have changed and a lot of people's bets have been absolutely destroyed with Sakurai's picks for the game. So I thought it'd be fun to talk about who I want for Fighters Pass 2 and who I think it will be, and it's kind of halfway between who I think it will be and characters who I want, so keep that in mind. I'm not saying this is factual, like these are the 3 characters for Fighters Pass 2, or these characters won't be in the game at all. These are just my thoughts, my opinions, my speculation, so please keep that in mind. And also keep in mind, if I sound congested, it's because I am. I'm getting over a really bad cold, and I feel much better now, don't worry. It wasn't corona or anything, but I was very, very, very sick the early part of 2021, but I'm good now, and I'm ready to get back into it. So before I get into the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell as well for notifications on future videos. Again, those 2 simple clicks really helps the channel grow. And if you're not already, please follow me on the social media, Twitter, Instagram, at ZMangz. And with that out of the way, let's begin. First, let's talk about leaks. Anyone can fake a leak. Just pick a character, say it's going to be the next character, and people will be like, yeah, that sounds about right. Remember Dante? People were so insistent on Dante being in Smash because of some coincidences, and people were like, yeah, for sure, Dante's going to be the final character in Fighters Pass 1 in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And then we got the final character, and it wasn't Dante, it was Psycho Blythe, to the surprised Pikachu face of Twitter. So keep that in mind before you believe any leaks. Even if someone was right before in the past, they can be wrong again, as obvious as that sounds. Isn't that right, Vergabin and Kira? I think for this video, it'd be easier to start with who won't make the cut. I kind of feel like we won't see any Nintendo first-party characters. If a successor to Smash is to happen, those characters would be better off as a starting roster for that game. That's why I don't see, say, a Pokemon Sword and Shield starter or a Xenoblade character being in Fighters Pass 2. I'm also really on the fence about another Square Enix character joining the fray. Maybe it would be a bit weird to have 2 different characters from the same company in the same Fighters Pass. Like if Fighters Pass 1 had Joker and Gwendolyn, or Banjo and Joanna Dark, or well, Hero and Sephiroth. Vastly different games, but from the same company. I guess people want variety with a pass, not just having a pass dedicated to a single company, though that is kind of an interesting idea. That's why I think my call of Neku back in June, was it? Doesn't seem so likely now, even though I wouldn't totally rule out Neku just yet. Speaking of Square, the last of their 3 big series is Kingdom Hearts and its hero, Sora. A lot of people want Sora in. I want Sora in, and I'm sure those talks have happened at some point. I have no idea about the legal issues regarding Sora. Disney has interest in the character, and Disney is pretty particular about how they do their licensing agreements. So I'm going to say don't hold your breath on Sora. Never say never, but that's what I think. Another thing I realized about Fighters Pass 1 and 2 so far is that Nintendo is hitting us with picks next to no one saw coming. Other than maybe Hero to those who know their stuff, the fighters from Fighter Pass 1 were all way the heck out of left field. Even with Fighters Pass 2 so far, Steve was so unexpected that it crashed Twitter, and Sephiroth was the only thing about the Game Awards anybody gave a shit about. I feel like those characters you see in a lot of Smash request videos not being in, I feel like they are too obvious, and Nintendo likes to hit us with the unexpected. Plus, again, if a Smash successor is to happen, those characters would be great for that title. So that's why I'm ruling out a few characters like Crash, Spyro, Rayman, Dante, and let's be real about something here. Gino wasn't going to be a playable character in Smash. Nobody knows who the character is. If it wasn't for that one offhand comment all those years ago, I guarantee you Gino would not have the very vocal fandom he does these days. Sorry, Papa Genos and Arlo, you guys put your bet into the wrong character. Though that said though, Travis as a costume in Smash, it's a very interesting pick, but I can see them playing it for laughs, given the kind of character Travis is in the game that No More Heroes is. I can see him being like, oh what, Sakurai-san, you thought I was only good enough for a costume? Nah, screw that. I want to be a playable character. Not saying that's going to happen, I really doubt it will, but doesn't it sound like something that would happen with Travis Touchdown? Or am I just kind of going crazy here? A character I see thrown out a lot is Jonesy from Fortnite. I'm not sure how I feel about Jonesy. Fortnite is the biggest game in the world after all, and I could see Nintendo wanting some of that Fortnite money in Smash. But I think there'd be legitimate backlash against Jonesy given that there is a fairly strong hate mounting against Fortnite due to its ubiquity and against its developer Epic Games for being kind of a piece of shit developer and publisher. And there's also the simple fact that Jonesy isn't as recognizable to Fortnite compared to Steve from Minecraft. Still, never say never. Lastly, Nintendo seems really adverse about indie playable characters in Smash. Okay, Minecraft was considered indie, but it's one of the biggest games in the world owned by Microsoft. That's an outlier. I think some indie characters would be great in Smash as playable characters such as Shantae or Gunvolt, but for some reason I don't see them making the jump to playable. So with that out of the way, who are my 3 picks for Fighters Pass 2? First off, let's start with Phoenix Wright. Capcom has really redeemed their name in recent years with a lot of great titles. And I'm not sure what Capcom is doing with Phoenix Wright these days, but people do know and like the character. The reason why I put in Phoenix Wright over characters such as, say, Dante or Monster Hunter is the sheer what the heck factor to him. Him being in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was really out there, and him being in Smash would also be out there. Look, if Phoenix can throw down with the likes of Virgil, Dr. Doom, and Magneto, he can definitely throw down in Smash. And I think a lot of people would be happy with him in the fray.
Hey, look, it's Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden! I love that game!
Ryu Hayabusa. Okay, Ninja Gaiden has been dead for a while thanks to Yaiba Z being so terrible that everybody died. But people do recognize the franchise and the character. He's still in Dead or Alive, then again that franchise might be dead in the water thanks to Koei Tecmo running it right into the ground. Still, with the Neo series seemingly finished, I can see Team Ninja revisiting their star franchise with a fresh and clear mind. Maybe this is wishful thinking on my end, but I would love for Ninja Gaiden to come back and be done well. And if they go that route, Hayabusa and Smash would be the best publicity for a second revival of Ninja Gaiden. Also, I'm really hoping that port rumor for the Ninja Gaiden games on Switch is real. Just come on, man, just do it. Those games are amazing! And last up, Doomslayer. Okay, this pick flies in the face of what I said earlier about trying to avoid safe picks. But of all those safe picks, Doomslayer makes the most sense. At least from a marketing perspective. Look, it hasn't been this way for decades now, but a fair amount of people see Nintendo as the kids' console. Imagine having the Doomslayer, a character from a very hard M-rated game in Smash. That would cause a reaction. Quite a big one, I would imagine. Probably not the Steve level, but it would be a huge reaction. Plus, I think the character would be really fun in the game. So, there's my 3 picks for Fighters Pass 3. This is a mix of characters who I think are plausible and characters who I want. So it's kind of halfway in between, but more leaning towards characters I really want. So with that said, finally let's talk about Fighters Pass 3. Will it happen? At the end of the day, you're going to have a game with 81 characters in it. That's a lot of goddamn characters. Most fighting games these days don't seem interested in making new games. They just seem like they want to squeeze as much money as they can out of their existing fans instead of growing their fan base. Smash Ultimate feels like they are trying to get more people into the game with characters they pick for the Fighters Passes. Unlike other fighters that are so desperate in getting money out of the dwindling number of players. Yeah, Granblue, I don't think this piece of trash dildo of a character will save your player base. Anyway, from a financial perspective, adding more characters for a new Fighters Pass wouldn't make Nintendo a lot of money. If Sakurai and his team are up for it, I say sure, why not, and that'll be content for that video. But Nintendo does have a lot of respect for Sakurai, so if he doesn't want to do a Fighters Pass 3, well, we won't get a Fighters Pass 3. Still, only Sakurai, a man who has a deep respect and love of the medium, can make a roster as ridiculous as Smash Ultimate. No matter what he does next, Sakurai should be proud of his work. Never before in my life would I expect to see all these characters cross over in one epic title. The netcode still sucks though. I said this in my video back in summer of 2020. The characters Nintendo and Sakurai have been picking for the Fighters Passes are way out there from what people were expecting and wanting for the Fighters Passes. I don't think anyone really called the Fighters Passes that we got, or the characters we got so far. There's a reason why anytime a new character drops, there's a huge reaction, both for the better and for the worse. But still, I've been very happy with the Fighters Passes so far, and I'm very excited to see what Sakurai has cooking up the oven for us this year. But if I had three characters like, hey, Z-Man, who do you want for the game? You can pick anybody you want within reason. I'm still going to go with Rick from Xenoblade Chronicles X, because I love that game. I'm going to go with Kiryu or Ichiban from Yakuza, you can't go wrong with either, and Ryu Hayabusa. Those would be my three dream picks. But for my three realistic, but, kind of wishful picks, I'm still going to stick with Ryu, Phoenix Wright, and the Doomslayer. So we'll see what happens. Maybe this video will be dated again. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. But hey, it's fun content to make. And if a Fighters Pass 3 comes to existence, well, that'll be content for that video. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you're new here, it'd be nice if you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell as well for notifications on future videos. Again, really helps the channel grow. And if you're curious about me and my life here, you can follow me on the social media, Twitter, Instagram at ZMangz. Like I said, don't worry, I feel much better and I'm ready to get back into it. I hope everybody had a safe and happy new year, and hopefully 2021 will be nothing but smiles and pleasure for everybody. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take it easy. Later.